Hello everyone, welcome to ADS 2.3.1 August 2021 release introduction session. My name is Shell Raj. I am software developer working on Oracle Cloud Infrastructure Data Science Service. The way I have organized this session is I will give a brief overview on set of features introduced in this new release, and then I will give a live working demo. Accelerated Data Science. We often call it as ADS SDK. ADS is a Python library developed by Oracle that offers tools and functions to cover end-to-end lifecycle of machine learning models. ADS is offered as a part of OCI Data Science Service and is currently available in the notebook session environment. The goal of ADS is to make common data science tasks like data acquisition, data transformation, feature engineering, model training faster, easier, and less error prone. ADS version 2.3.1 has been released in new Conda environment, data exploration and manipulation for CPU Python 3.7 v2. This version includes support for new model catalog features that were released earlier this month. ADS new features are: it auto-generates the input and output data schema definition based on sample ADS dataset object. Input schema defines format and nature of data the model expects. Output schema defines the output from the model inference. It auto-generates model taxonomy and provenance metadata. Taxonomy metadata document the model use case and algorithm. Model provenance includes the resources used to create model, example notebook session, and the code used in the training. It runs introspection test automatically and stores the result in the catalog. Running introspection test ensures common model artifact errors are flagged, thus they can be remediated before model is saved to the catalog. It generates additional custom metadata, which helps in tracking the Conda environment used to train the model, as well as the dataset used to train and validate the model. Now, I will give a brief overview on model catalog and how a model can be saved to a model catalog. The purpose of model catalog is to provide a managed and centralized storage space for models. It ensures that model artifacts are immutable and allows data scientists to share models and reproduce them as needed. A model can be saved to a model catalog using generic approach or ADS model approach. The generic model approach creates a generic model artifact using prepare generic model and saves it to the model catalog. The ADS model approach prepares an artifact from ADS model object and saves it to the model catalog using prepare method. Important thing to note here is ADS and ADS model can only be used within OCI family of services. If you want to use the model outside of those services, then use generic model approach to create a model artifact. I will show a simple flow diagram that would help in understanding which approach to use while saving the model. Now we have the model to save to the model catalog. Do I want to export the model outside the OCI data science service? Yes, then I will save the model using generic model approach. In case of no, I will check does the ADS model.from estimator method support my model and library. No, I will save the model using generic model approach, and yes, I will save the model via ADS model.save method. Now I will show a live working demo to showcase ADS new features using OCI Notebook. In this demo, I will use Oracle Classification Dataset 1 as dataset to build a random forest classifier using random forest classifier class. This class is supported by ADS model class. First, import needed libraries. Now next step is train an ADS model. The value to predict, that is the target, is class. Feature engineering is done automatically using auto transform method. The data is split into training set and test set using train test split method. The test set is used to make predictions. After that, model is converted to ADS model object using from estimator method. Next step is to prepare model artifact. First, I will show you ADS model approach. To prepare model artifact, the prepare method is used. The method returns model artifact object and also writes number of model artifact files to disk. The only required argument to prepare method is local path to store model artifact. Here, ADS automatically captures provenance metadata, most of the taxonomy metadata, and series of custom metadata. Use case type in metadata taxonomy can't be automatically populated. One way to populate use case is to pass use case type to the prepare method. Also, model introspection is automatically triggered. So these are the bunch of files that are generated by prepare method. First, I will talk about the data schema. Data schema are of two types, input schema and output schema. Input schema provides a definition of format and nature of the data that the model expects. Output schema defines the output of the data from the model inference. There are alternate ways to generate the schema. One way is using populate schema method. This method accepts the parameter data sample or X sample and Y sample. Another way is by loading the schema from a JSON or YAML file as defined in this cell. I will run this cell. There are two properties of schema object, schema input and schema output. They define the schema of each input column and the output. Calling schema input or schema output shows the schema in the YAML format. Now I will run this cell to show the YAML format output of schema output. The schema object contains following fields: description of the data in the column, domain, a data structure that defines domain of the data, that is what are the restrictions on the data, constraint, a data structure that is list of expression object that defines the constraint of the data, expression, a string representation of an expression that can be evaluated by language corresponding to the value provided in the language attribute, language, a default value is Python, and as of now, only Python is supported. Stats, a set of summary statistics that define the distribution of the data, value, the description of the values of the data, dtype, pandas data type, feature type, the primary feature type defined by the ADS, name of the column, required the Boolean value indicating if the value is always required. Now we can again update the schema as well. So here we are trying to update the description of the output schema. And now using a schema output property, we can check the schema output in YAML format. So here we can see the description is updated. We can also specify the constraint on data using expression and call evaluate to check if the data is satisfying the constraint or not. So in this cell, I have defined a constraint on value X, and the constraint is the value will lie in between 20 to minus 20. And using evaluate, I will check if the constraint is satisfied or not. If I pass the value as 10, the evaluate should return true. And if I pass the value 100, the evaluate should return false. Next, I will talk about taxonomy metadata. Taxonomy metadata includes the type of the model, use case type, libraries, framework, and so on. This metadata provides a way of documenting the schema of the model. The use case type, framework version, algorithm, and hyperparameters are fixed taxonomy metadata. These fields are automatically populated when prepare method is called. You can't add or delete any of the fields or mutate the key of those fields. You can view the metadata taxonomy in data frame format by calling toDataFrame method. I'll run this cell to show the output in the data frame format. This is the output. So here algorithm is random forest classifier. This is the model introspection test results. Framework, scikit-learn, framework version, hyperparameters, and use case type. Use case type.values will return the list of allowed use case types. This is the list of allowed use case type. Framework.values will return the list of allowed framework types. So this is the list of allowed frameworks. We can also update the metadata taxonomy. Let's say if we want to update the framework version to 0.24.1, and if we want to update the use case type to multinomial classification, we can update it like this way. We can again check the output in the data frame format. So here we can see the framework version is updated and use case type is also updated. We can also view the output in the YAML format. We can do it by using metadata taxonomy method. It will give the output in the YAML format. Next, I will talk about the metadata custom. So this is the custom metadata which is captured by the prepare method. To view the output in the data frame format, we can use metadata underscore custom dot to data frame. So these are the list of key value description and category, which is captured by the prepare method. We can also add metadata custom using add method. Let's say if I want to add a key test2, the value of test2 and category as other description is again test2 and replace equal to true. And in the output, we can see the result. Test2 is being added. Or I can update it directly using this way. So it will update the description of test1 to none. So there are certain allowed values for custom metadata custom category as well. To get the list of values, we can use metadata custom categories dot value. So this is the list of allowed values here. Now, if the size of metadata custom and metadata taxonomy exceeds 32,000 bytes, and when you try to save the model to the model catalog, it will give you an error. You can save the metadata custom and metadata taxonomy to the artifacts folder. Also, you can save individual item from custom and taxonomy metadata. Let's say if you want to save the hyperparameters to the artifact folder, you can do it like this way. If you already have a training or validation dataset saved in object storage and want to document the information in this model artifact object, you can add that information into metadata custom. Now we can see the result. With ADS model approach, the model is saved in ONNX format as model.onx. Next, there is score.py file. The score.py file has two methods, load model and predict. The load model method deserializes the model and returns it. The predict method accepts data and model and returns a dictionary of predicted result. The example problem is a binary classification problem. Therefore, the predict function returns 1 if the observation is predicted to be in a class that is defined as true. Otherwise, it returns a 0. The example in this cell uses the predict method on model artifact object to make prediction on the test data. This is the output of the prediction. Next, model introspection. The introspect method runs some sanity checks on runtime.yaml and score.py file. This is to help you identify potential error that might occur during model deployment. It checks fields such as environment path, validates path's existence on the object storage, check if load model and predict function are defined in score.py, and so on. The result of model introspection is automatically saved to taxonomy metadata and model artifacts. So this is the result of the introspection. So these are the test key defined here, and this is the test name, and this is the result. Preparing a generic model. The steps to prepare a generic model are basically the same as those for the ADS approach. However, there are few more details that you have to specify. The first step is to train the model. It doesn't have to be based on ADS model class. The next step is model has to be serialized and the model artifacts prepared. Preparing the model artifact includes running the prepare generic model method, then editing the score.py files and optionally requirements file. Then you load it back from the disk using reload method. After you complete these steps, the model artifacts are ready to be stored in the model catalog. First step is training a generic model. In this example, I'm using Gamma regressor model from scikit-learn. ADS model doesn't support this class of models, so generic model approach is used. Now, second step is serialize the model and prepare the model artifact. To prepare the model artifact, the model must be serialized. The prepare generic model method is used to create model artifact in the specified folder. This consists of set of template files, and some of these files needs to be customized. The call to prepare generic model returns model artifact object. This is the object that is used to bundle the model and the model artifacts together. It is also used to interact with model catalog. The prepare generic model method and prepare methods allows you to set some of the metadata. When you pass in sample data using data sample or X sample and Y sample, the schema input, schema output are automatically populated. The metadata taxonomy is populated when the variable model is passed. You can define the use case type with the use case type parameter. So in this cell, I will run the prepare generic model. Once it is done, so these are the bunch of files which got generated. And metadata taxonomy, metadata custom, all these are auto-populated. Now the next step is to modify the model artifact files. The generic model approach provides a template that you must customize for specific use case. Specifically, the score.py and requirement.txt files must be updated. So in this example, I'm updating the predict function in score.py. This method takes any arbitrary data object and optional model and returns a dictionary of predictions. The role of this method is to make prediction based on new data. So once this file is updated and rewritten, then we have to call reload method. Now we can use the predict method to make the predictions. Saving the model artifact to the model catalog requires the OSIT of the compartment in the project that you want to store it in. Model artifact can be stored in any project that you have access to. The save method returns model object that is a connection to a model catalog for the model that was just saved. It contains information about model catalog entries such as OSIT, the metadata provided to the catalog, the user that stored the model, and so on. You can save the notebook session offset to the provenance metadata by specifying training ID in the save method. This validates the existence of the notebook session in the project and the compartment. The timeout optional parameter controls both connection and read timeout for the client, and the value is returned in seconds. By default, save method doesn't perform model introspection because this is normally done during model artifact debugging stage. However, setting up ignore introspection to false causes model introspection to be performed during the save operation. Now I will show you downloading the model that was saved to the model catalog. The download model method of the model catalog is used to retrieve the model artifact from the model catalog. This method requires model OSIT value and the target directory for the artifact files. This method returns model artifact object. You can use it to make prediction by calling the predict method. In this example, the model that was stored in the model catalog is downloaded and the resulting model artifact object is then used to make predictions. If the model is downloaded and it is used to make the prediction. You can also check metadata taxonomy in data frame format. Updating the metadata. Model artifacts are immutable, but metadata is mutable. Metadata attributes can be updated in the model object. However, those changes aren't made to the model catalog until you call commit method. Only the display name, description, free from tags, define tags, metadata custom, and metadata taxonomy can be updated. In the demo, we have seen ADS new features like it auto-generates input and output data schema, model taxonomy, and provenance metadata. It runs introspection test automatically and generates additional custom metadata. Thank you everyone. That's all I have to cover in this session.